Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. This is the Ready, Set, Go preview show. This is a show that we do on Sunday night to give us an opportunity to come together as a comic book community and to basically preview some of the content that is going to be coming out from my channel over the course of the week. And then we also talk about some things that are happening in the world of comics. And I have a lot of things that are on my agenda as I stare at the screen in front of me. There's a lot of ground that we are going to cover tonight, but I definitely want to welcome everybody to this live stream. If you are watching for the first time, if this is your first time in a live stream, I definitely encourage you to let it be known in the chat. That way you can be welcomed properly by the Gibbon gang and by the comic soldiers, because we like to make people feel welcome here. So if this is your first visit, make sure that you let us know that, because the folks want to reach out and welcome you properly. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, this is your personal and official invitation to go ahead and tickle that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss out on any of the content that comes out from the channel. It also makes you eligible for the various giveaways that we like to do around here. So you don't want to miss out on that, because there are cool giveaways that we are doing. And I'm actually going to announce the winner of one of the giveaways tonight, a giveaway that was actually done on Instagram. I'm going to tell you who the winner of that is. So I definitely want to encourage you guys to stay tuned for that. Shout out to you, brother. Test for Echo. Thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate that. Man, peace, love, and happiness. We need more of that in the world. And if it happens to come with a $5 super chat, sign me up for that all day. But thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate it. There we go. Frank G. Frank G is like long time listener, first time live stream viewer. Welcome to you, Frank G. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, you got to tickle that. You just can't tap it. You can't nudge it. You can't wink at it. You can't flick it, right? You got to like tickle that thing, man. You just got to go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it. Milt in the house. How you doing, brother? Another one of the blue wrenches up in here. The blue wrenches are in full effect, making sure that everything goes well. So, the first thing that I want to do is to actually cover off on the thumbnail and the title of this live stream. Once I do that, I'm going to give you guys a preview of some of the content that's coming out from the channel, and then I'm going to get to a few other important things that are on the list. But I want to do this up front so that people do not miss this, because I actually did a story update in recent days, and then I did a live stream on Instagram in recent days, and I think I need to continue pounding the drum that there is a scam out there right now on the Instagram. You guys know I love some Instagram. I'm a huge fan of Instagram. I have a couple of different profiles on Instagram, some personal stuff, some fitness stuff, and then of course the one for Regie Collects. A few days ago, I became aware that there was a scam that was basically being run where somebody had created a fake profile of me. And it is the screen name is Regie Collects with an underscore. And this person sent out, I'm guessing, hundreds of friend requests. That is my guess, hundreds of friend requests, and very quickly has assembled a following of like 500 plus people on Instagram in basically like a day and a half or something like that. They're basically sending out friend requests to people that are associated with me in some way, shape, or form, and telling these people that they have won a giveaway from Regie Collects, and all they need to do is click on the link and enter in their credit card information. And a few people have received this friend request thinking that it was me, read the messages that came through, clicked the link. Some have even gone as far as to enter in their credit card information. I want to continue pounding the drum that this is not me. This is not me at all in any way, shape, or form. I am not affiliated with what is happening. And we have somebody out there that, in my opinion, is trying to take advantage of the close-knit nature of this community and the goodwill that we have towards one another, that if a friend request comes in, you go ahead and you accept it, right? You accept it and you go ahead and click on some stuff, right, that you potentially would not click on otherwise, but because of who we are, we welcome this stuff in. And I basically want to continue pounding this drum so that people are not taken advantage of. And I've spoken to a couple of people that have actually keyed in their credit card information. I basically pointed out that that was not me. I encouraged them to go ahead and take the steps to protect their bank account information, their credit card information, because I don't want to see anybody get scammed in my name. If you have received this friend request of Regie collects with an underscore, I encourage you to go ahead and report this account and then go ahead and block it. I don't know, man. I would tell you, I received a couple of notifications a few days ago of this happening. I responded back to those people. I dozed off. I took like a nap. I don't know how long I was sleeping. When I woke up, there were 100 messages from people like, this doesn't feel right. Is this you? I don't know what's going on here. I just got a friend request. I thought it was cool that you requested me, but then I realized that this wasn't quite right. Like 100+ messages from folks. And so again, I want to continue pointing out that this is not me that's associated with that. And I'm a huge fan of Instagram. So Instagram needs to get it together, needs to take down this account that has clearly been reported as fraudulent by a few hundred people. By this point, it has to be a few hundred people that have reported this thing. The other reason why I bring this up is I did a video a while ago about how the comic book community rallies to a cause. If there is something going on, you know, for better or worse, we will rally to a cause. And I was humbled earlier today because several people put up posts on Instagram warning the community of what was happening to me. And that was humbling because I did not ask any of these people to put up these posts, but a lot of people, CBSI, Comic Tom, Very Gary, Squirrel Madness, many, Super Honorable Nephew, many people put up posts saying, hey, this is a fake account. Be aware. Something is going on here. This is not Regie. Please be aware. And that is a humbling thing. It is a humbling thing when people that they don't have to do it and they choose to do it because they want to look out for me and also protect their fellow collectors and the community overall. That was a very humbling thing. I'll be completely honest. And so shout out to all those individuals that sent me messages, that shared a post basically saying, hey, be on the lookout for this thing. This is one of those things where you can stand back and you can say, this community is indeed awesome. You can say that definitively. And this is just the most recent example of how awesome this community actually is. And we mess up a lot of stuff. We run down some rabbit holes. But we do rally for a good cause indeed. Sinbad Comics, how you doing, brother? Thank you. He said, I follow, but I didn't click on it. Hey, man. Good use of the emoji, my friend. That is good use of an emoji icon. But again, shout out to everybody. Berg family, how you doing, brother? He said, we love you, Regie, as long as you remember it. I should have known. I should have known that something related to morphine, one or another, was going to be somewhere in that statement. Berg family, I appreciate it, brother. And I will not forget. I will not forget. I'm not crying. I'm not crying now. I do have a tear from laughter in my eye. But thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate that. There you go. Ask for the verification code. Somebody said, hey, I clicked on it and then I messaged the person and they didn't respond back. So I knew it wasn't you, because if you send me a message on Instagram or email honestly, you send me a message, you get a response. You might not like the response, but you get a response. So what is that? There you go. He's from some other alternative multiverse universe trying to roll up in here on my good name and take advantage of people. And he didn't know how strong the Giving Gang and the comic book Smolders are. He had no clue. But now he is starting to get a feel for it. You know what I'm saying? We did. We tried to do a little something. We tried to do a little something for the DC folks up in here. Okay. We tried to represent it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This weekend I sat down. I'm actually going to preempt myself. I was watching something this weekend that had me thinking about getting more DC keys because I don't have enough DC keys in my collection. And so I'm going to try to resolve that. I have a lot of DC comics. I don't think people appreciate this. The 100K collection that I picked up a few years ago, one does not speak to how much I paid. It speaks to the number of comics. A healthy percentage of the 100K collection is actually DC Comics. And I probably have now, by sheer volume, more DC Comics than I do Marvel Comics, but I do not have a whole lot of DC slabs in the collection. And that potentially is something that's going to change. That is potentially something I want to change. But I was thinking a lot about it this weekend. And again, I'm going to get to some of that here in a moment. But for those, for those that, here's what's funny, bro, is I was watching my father earlier today. My biological father was ministering earlier today, and he finally shaved his head. My father was going bald for quite some time. Finally shaved his head, and he has this massive beard. Just massive silver beard. And he's standing up there and he's ministering. And I'm watching him. I'm watching him on this screen earlier today. And I was like, man, you know what? It was in those moments that I was watching him that I realized that the skills that I have, for better or worse, as a public speaker and as a communicator are not my own. I realized that it may have been some biological stuff that was handed down from my father because he did a fantastic job. It was the first time I'd ever seen my father minister. He did a fantastic job, but he had a massive I wanted to be like, you need to shave that because it's a lot, but he looked very distinguished. And you look at your dad and you're like, you know what? I'm going to be awesome in like 20 more years or so. Cause my father is 64. He's a good looking guy. He's a fit man. He is a fit man. All right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and transition to giving you guys a little bit of a preview of some of the content that is going to be coming out from oh no. Toadman says, Reggie, I know that the mystery box was a scam, but that 8 million in African bank account is real. All you have to do is send over $100,000 in cash and you will get access to $8 million from your African stepfather twice removed on your mother's side. You just go ahead and hook it up. I guess so. I guess so, man. One day I'll tell you guys about my dad. One day I'll tell you about my dad. Anyway, all right. So let me give you guys a preview of some of the content that is going to be coming out from the channel over the course of this week. And I think that it's some pretty good content. So I was talking to a friend of mine recently, about YouTube and some things that he was thinking about doing on YouTube. And it inspired me. It inspired me to create a video because what I realized was that not only did my buddy have some questions about YouTube, but I realized that a few other people had been reaching out to me and kind of pinging me and asking questions here and there that also ladder back to this idea of YouTube and content creation. And I have been hesitant to create a video about this type of thing, like tips for YouTubers and content creation, because I do not consider myself an expert, right? We just surpassed 14,000 subscribers. I think we're like 4,100 and some change. I'm sorry, 14,000 and like 100 subscribers or something like that. And so I do not consider myself an expert, especially when there's guys like Jim Mint and Comic Tom and Very Gary and all of these other guys. I mean, and forget about Comics Explained that are out there killing the game with lots of subscribers. I don't consider myself an expert, but people, I think, might appreciate my approach to some things and my thoughts on things. And so it was in that spirit that I decided to create a video in which I offer up 10 practical tips for content creation for YouTubers. And that video is going to be coming out this week. So it'll be interesting to see how people respond to this video because it sometimes may be a little hard to hear some feedback and to hear some thoughts. So it'll be interesting to see how people respond to this. I don't see thumbs down on videos, so I won't be able to gauge my success from that, but certainly from the comments, if people leave comments behind with other thoughts, I'm open to those. But thumb down, for some reason, I never see that on videos. I don't know why that is. We're also going to be releasing, as soon as I film it, the top 10 most submitted books into CGC. This video has been going on for several months now. We're going to give you guys another installment of the books that we as a community, speculators, investors, readers, collectors, whatever you want to call it, are sending in to CGC to be graded. We're going to do that video this week. I'm also going to be releasing 5 tips to avoid a jacked up submission. And I am talking about a submission to get your comics graded. I'm going to offer you 5 practical tips for how you do not catch a brick when you submit comics in to be graded. And it doesn't matter who you send them to. EGS, CBCS, CGC, Halo, whoever you send them to, avoid the brick with the video that I'll be releasing. And then we're also going to do the Comics Today show, and I'll give you a little bit of a preview as to what we might be talking about later this week. I haven't even invited the guest just yet, but I did tease him with the idea of doing this. So hopefully he knows that I'm going to officially invite him in a hot second. So as soon as this live stream wraps up, and then as part of this, I'm also going to be doing the winner of the short box giveaway. We're going to do that. There is a video that was released. I want to say, where was this? This video was released on August 5th. And the video that was released on August 5th was 5 tips for not catching a brick. And I'll be announcing the winner of the person that's going to get the $100 credit from Shortbox for commenting on that video from August 5th this coming Wednesday. So if you have not yet watched the Catching a Brick video, watch it, and then you can get in the running, right? Because I'm not going to pull the names probably until Wednesday morning. That'll probably when I pull the names. So you may want to check for that video, but we'll be announcing the winner of the short box giveaway from August 5th. This coming Wednesday. In addition to those things, we're also going to do a podcast on Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be released on all of the various podcasting platforms that are out there. And then second, we're going to be releasing a blog post from my buddy Doug on Wednesday, also at 7 a.m. on regiecollects.com. There you go. So that is the content that is going to be coming out from the channel this week. For those people that just popped into here, we have already covered off on the scam that is going on Instagram using my name, in which somebody has secured the name Regie Collects with an underscore, is sending out all of these friend requests telling you have won a giveaway from Regie Collects. All you have to do is click on this link and enter in your credit card information. That is a scam. Do not click on it. And I'm also hearing rumors that other people are also being spoofed in the same way. I'm hearing that there's at least 4 other people that have had accounts created in their name with that underscore at the end that is doing the exact same thing. And so again, be on the lookout for this thing. All right. So the other thing that I wanted to do real quick is I want to announce the winner. While we're on the topic of Instagram, I want to announce the winner of the giveaway. And let me see if I can share it. Here is the photo. This is a photo of a bunch of comics that I'm going to be giving away. There's some Walking Dead Deluxe, Oblivion Song in there, Summoner's War. There's Stillwater, which is a fantastic read. Couple of really cool books in here that were sent over to me by my friends at Skybound. And the way that you entered this giveaway right here was all you had to do was to comment on the post. Comment on the post that was on Instagram and tag 2 friends that might have an interest in some of my content. And let me make sure. Okay. All right. So we're good. I wanted to make sure that the criteria were actually met. And indeed, the criteria were met as I check my facts there. The winner of this cool giveaway of this nice stack of Skybound books is this person right here, Rob Wolford. Rob, you, sir, are the winner of the giveaway sponsored by my friends over at Skybound. Technically, they didn't sponsor, but they gave me the books, and I decided to pass the books on to other people. So indirectly, they are the sponsor. Here is the stack of books. Rob, send me a message to Regie at regiecollects.com or a message on Instagram, and I will bundle this stuff up to you. Just make sure that when you send the message, you do not send it to the account with the underscore, because that is the scam account. That is the scam account. But congrats to Rob for entering the giveaway. And I'm going to bundle these books up and send them off to him in a timely manner. All right. So let me close that stuff out. I think there was a super chat that came in. Let me address that before it gets away from me. If I can find it, where is it? I don't see it. Let me see if I can find, where is that too? I don't see it. Okay. A little tribute to the channel for the stuff that you put up with and the excellent way you handle it. This is from Scotty G. He dropped a super chat for 19 bucks. I just realized that there's a cool feature here that I can click on a super chat and it will show me the response without having to find it in the chat. Learn something new every day. Okay. Shout out to Scotty G. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate it. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff, both good and bad, that happens with content creation. And part of me wants to say it's par for the course. It goes with this, but let's be honest, there's some things that we can all do without. And scammers is one of those things that we can all do without, because there is no good that comes from that. None at all. None at all. All right. So let me give a shout out to my man Steven. My man Steven sent me some good stuff. He says, I hope this package finds you well. I've enclosed a couple of samples of our Comic Clear archival backing boards along with our new OPP comic bags. These bags are made from archival safe inert polypropylene that has been stretched to create a super glossy transparent finish. They're acid free, 2 mils thick, and super durable. Basically, what this guy Steven has actually done is created a nice new option for comic collectors. And it's basically this Comic Clear Premium OPP bags. And the company is Comic Clear. ComicClearSupplies.com. I want to give a shout out to Steven, because what he's basically done is he's created a little bit of a middle ground between inexpensive poly bags, which are still, kind of expensive and hard to find in the present day, and Mylar, which is also expensive. He's created a little bit of a middle ground in what he is offering right now, which is basically a poly bag that has been stretched and made more rigid and also more clear than your regular poly bag. And he sent over some samples of this thing. And this is it right here. You're getting definitely some reflection off of the screen, but this is his backing board. This is his clear backing board, which I think is incredibly dope. And his new poly bag, which is a 2 mil thick poly bag. And this thing, it's pretty official. I'll be honest with you. It's pretty official. I had a book sitting off to the side, a Wetworks #1. This is it right here. And I'm gonna tell you, I took it out of the poly bag. I put it in this new product with the clear backing board. It is honestly dope. It is honestly dope. It is a pretty solid product, and it's not a Me Too thing. It's not, hey, let me just create a poly bag to create a poly bag. It's actually an innovative kind of product. And so again, I want to give him a shout out. This is the site right here. I am not going to get into all the details of the costs and all that kind of stuff. You guys can head over to his website, which is ComicClearSupplies.com. A lot of the information is actually on the site for you guys, and you can see some of the details right there. Now available for pre-order. Again, shout out to Steven for allowing me to check out the material. We actually spoke about it in advance, I think like a couple of weeks ago. He told me he was doing it. He said he was going to send me some stuff. Sure enough, he actually sent the stuff. I played around with it. I was like, this is pretty cool. And then he broke the news yesterday. And so it was just cool to kind of be in the know as to what was actually happening behind the scenes, to get a couple of samples. Again, these things are official. They really are official. So again, check them out and make a decision if this is something that you want to check it out. Doug is like, those boards are super cool. Let me see. What is that? Jared says, hey, Reggie, I found a Rare Spawn 100 wood variant book and it looks awesome. So check this book out because the cover art is awesome. Well, if it's rare, Jared, I don't know if I will be able to check it out, my friend. I may have to just take your word for it because I've never seen that book. Well said. Let me scroll through some of these comments. There you go. And I think that's what's cool about them. what he sent me, I think these are the Silver Age. He actually sent me the Silver Age, which is cool. I may put a Spider-Man book or two in there. He says, Doug says I may have to get one for my Alex Ross wraparound. What's cool is that you don't have to hide the backside of the artwork in the white backing board if it happens to be a wraparound. I mean, mind you, I use red tape for everything, so you get that little thing there. But if you use some clear tape, if you decide to go that route, it makes for a really, really awesome presentation. And because it's a poly and stretch, you get it to be a little clear. It is definitely a little rigid with the backing board. And yeah, it's a solid option. So do they ship to you Canadians? You Canadians ask for so much. Just you want good products shipped to Canada? I'll be honest with you, brother. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get into those details. I don't get into those details. I would say reach out to Steven and ask that question. Go to the website, see whether it gives you the option to ship to Canada. I honestly do not know. I know somebody posted up the other day, several people commented on Shortbox not being available in Canada, and also 9 panel not being available in Canada. So I don't know. I don't know. You definitely have my apologies. And I will say I'm happy to work with any Canadian company that is out there that wants to advertise here on ReggieCollects.com. Just reach out. Just reach out and tickle the send button on your email to me, and we can have a wonderful conversation. All right. Here we go. See what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? The guy weeks ago said he was going to send me samples. He sends samples. I tell him that I'm going to be talking about his product. He shows up and he comments, looking out for the Canadians. This is what customer service looks like, people. This is what it looks like. This right here, I don't know what this is. I know there's no way, brother. There's no way. But you can reach out to me on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to Regie at ReggieCollects.com, and I will gladly look at it. I'm gonna tell you, you Canadians, super polite, but very demanding people, all except for Squirrel Mattis. Squirrel Mattis is dope. No, he's pretty demanding too. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Hey, I reached out to Squirrel Madness the other day. I said, Squirrel, I'm going to start not smuggling. I didn't use that word, but transporting comics across the border, because shipping is a monster to Canada. I can ship a medium flat rate shipper across the United States for $15. If I try to do that to Canada, it's 51. It is a monster to ship. It really is. And then I think you guys also have to pay like customs and all that other kind of stuff. It is awful. Jess Paley says, I'll be in touch. Looks good for the shop. There you go. There you go. Steven is a good guy. I've heard nothing but good things about him. So reach out and touch someone. What is it? I love my friends who live in America's hat. I don't know if that's the response. I'll think is that, hey, man, don't ask me all these technical questions. Steven's in here. Steven, help these folks out. Give them a rundown. Because I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. Much cheaper to ship to Canada. Much cheaper to ship to Europe than Canada, which makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I will tell you, occasionally it is advantageous to actually buy comics from Canada. I just bought some Invaders comics thanks to my buddy Mark up there. Mark Andrews enticed me to buy some comics up there, had me spending all kinds of money. There was a X-Men 266 9.8 that looks so good. Still thinking about that book, but I will not pull the trigger on that book. It is crazy expensive. Will not do that. Scrolling through, L. Smith is chiming in over there. He says that Spawn 100 has a cover art by Ashley Wood. It's a wood cover made by Ashley Wood. Come on now, that's dope. How Todd man is asking, how about Todd McFarlane making over $1 million in signed? I'm gonna be honest with you. I checked out when I heard that thing was the number one selling or the best selling, like 500,000 copies or something like that. Was it that many, or was it 100? No, it was 100,000. I think it was 100,000. No, somebody fact checked me. When I heard that it broke a record, maybe I should have just stuck with the facts that I could back up. I was like, yeah, I guess I'm not getting King Spawn. I kind of walked away from the King Spawn when those numbers came out. So scrolling through some of the comments here, the boards are there. You go. There you go. We're getting some details in here. We're getting some details from Comic Clear backing boards, now offering some really awesome polybags that are not just your regular, not your father's polybag or not your grandfather's polybag. All right, so let me move on. Let me move on. I'm all caught up. I think I'm all caught up. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. So the next thing that I want to clear off on is Titans. If you guys have not watched Titans, I'm going to encourage you to treat yourself. The first two seasons of this show I thought were really, really fun. I mean, not necessarily, I I gotta watch it, right? Not the way that I feel about some of the Marvel shows where I gotta watch it, right? Not Loki, I didn't like that. But I have enjoyed Titans. I enjoyed the first two seasons. I was super pumped about this third season, and in the first 5 minutes, I had my mouth open. My mouth was hanging open as I watched what happened in the first couple of minutes, and I am not going to spoil it. I am not going to spoil it for you, but I will tell you, if you have not seen Titans, treat yourself. Treat yourself. Just make sure your kids are not around because this is not for children. There was a lot of profanity, and as an adult, I enjoy that, but I will not expose my children to it. And I would even play a clip for you. I would play a clip for you, but I don't want to mess with the WB. The WB and HBO Max, they will put a copyright hold on my video as soon as this thing wraps up. Before I can even walk out of the room, I will get a ping from YouTube says there's been a copyright placed on your video, and it will take me 3 days to get it removed. I'm not doing it. But this was a headline that I found earlier today. Titans season 3 has too much Batman for a show with no Batman. And that is true. There was a whole lot of Batman and Bruce Wayne talk in this episode. I'm sorry, in the first 3 episodes. But that withstanding, I enjoyed this show. I enjoyed the teamwork. I enjoyed the special effects. I enjoyed the banter. I enjoyed Crypto. The dog is dope. I'm gonna be honest with you. I enjoy something with the dog, and this was the first 3 episodes were really, really fun. I enjoyed them. And again, if you guys have not seen it, I definitely encourage you to check it out. Let me go to the chat real quick. Wait a minute. The first 3 minutes are off the chain. Yes, indeed, they are. As soon as I saw what was happening, I was like, I wonder. And then before I could fully like wrap my mind around what was going to happen, it happened. And I was like, oh, that is well done. That is well done for the Titans, man. The WB has man. I don't know what is going on. I mean, it's not even leaked footage. If I show a trailer associated with WB or WB pictures, any of that stuff, if I show a trailer and talk over it, they slap that hold on me, and it's like I'm not playing your stuff trying to make money off it. I'm actually doing a review. I am raising awareness. I am giving my commentary on it. Nah, they shut it down. They shut it down. Flame Brain says, I've been meaning to dive into Titans, been hearing so much good stuff. I don't want to pump it up. I don't want to pump it up too big because I don't want you to go into it and be like, Reggie said this was amazing. It's good. It's good. Me too. Bruce could have been, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how they're doing Bruce. I don't care for this version of Bruce Wayne. I don't care for it. But that's my personal preference. I like a more stoic, more assured, more assertive, more confident type of Bruce Wayne. This Bruce Wayne, I don't know about that. I mean, his look is fine. I'm okay with his look, but his behavior, his mannerisms, I am not a huge fan of that. Liger King says I need to watch this or rewatch this. He is. Crypto is dope. Let me see. The episodes, the amount to Batman is a setup to the oh yeah, no doubt about that, no doubt about that. I get that, and that's why they probably released all three of the episodes at the same time, the same way that Marvel does some stuff. They release some stuff so you binge watch it, which then gives you a nice little foundation upon which to watch the rest of the episodes or the rest of the season. Had they released them individually, it would not given that sure footing that I think that we're going to need. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I have not watched What If. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big cartoon person. I turned it on, and before the credits had even started to roll, I think there were credits at the beginning. I turned it off. I'm not a cartoon guy. I struggle with cartoons. I really, really do. So I haven't watched that. However, here's the thing. If I like something, I'm gonna share it. Right. If I like something, I am going to share it. And if I like it, I will definitely talk about it. And I do. I do. There you go. There you go. Doug is like, here's the thing. Doug is a much better movie and TV show reviewer than I. It doesn't feel like it. It does not feel like Bruce Wayne. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Just Pele, thank you, brother, for coming in. They're landing the plane. Are you watching me from the air? That's dope. I think it's my first time being watched in the air. That's dope. Scrolling through, I know I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that the animation is good. I don't doubt that the voice talent is good. I don't doubt that the storytelling is good. I'm just not into cartoons. Like, I've heard nothing but wonderful things about Invincible. Watch the first 15 minutes. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. What is it? Regie traumatized with animation. What? I don't know. I don't know, man. I sit there and watch a cartoon. My wife comes in. It's just not a good look. I sit there and watch the cartoons. My kids come in. They think it's for them. I don't know whether my kids can watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's like part of it. That's part of it. Scroll, man. Again, you guys are going to say really great things about it. I respect it. I respect it. It's just not for me. It's not for me. Jeffrey Wright is the watcher. I did watch Comics Explained earlier today as I was doing, I think, what did I do today? I did the bike, and then I did the treadmill for a little bit. I did like 40 minutes or something like that between the two. And I watched Comics Explained talk about the Watchers and Uatu. And I enjoyed that. Okay, William Cruz is giving it the cosign. He said it's good for kids. That's what's up. That's what's up. Uh, there you go. See, your kid. I turned on Masters of the Universe. Like, what? When it first came out, what was that? 2 weeks ago? I lose time. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Turned it on, and I was about 15 minutes in. My boy looks in. He sees that I'm watching the cartoon. He comes in. He watches it. He then continues watching all the episodes that were out. I left the room. I was going on to do other stuff, and so it's good to know what's safe for kids versus not. So thank you guys for that. All right, so enough to get it off my chest. That's my standard answer to that question. Enough to get it off my chest and not die under the bar. That's how much I bench. All right. So again, we've covered off on several things, including Titans, the scam, these awesome backing boards and new poly bags that have come out. And then I gave you guys a rundown of some of the content that's going to be coming out from the channel over the course of the week. And again, if you guys have not seen Titans season 3, treat yourself. I think the Superman in here, the Superboy, I think he's dope. It's a good look for him. It really is a good look for him. All right, so let me take that off the screen. The next thing that I want to give you guys a quick heads up on is that if you have been reading Nice House on the Lake, it is going on hiatus. Nice House on the Lake is going on a hiatus, I do believe, for 5 months. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not terribly happy about that because I enjoy this comic. Nice House on the Lake taking 5-month hiatus with a big cliffhanger as James Tyan goes on to work on his creator-owned work full time. And so let me find a section here. The hit horror comic series Nice House on the Lake will be taking a 5-month hiatus at the halfway point of its 12-issue run, as revealed in DC's November 2021 solicitations. Nice House on the Lake number 6 will give readers a shocking cliffhanger to leave readers especially wanting more. Let me see, a collection of the first 6 issues, blah, 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 launch, blah, 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 blah. There's really nothing good in here. They give a little bit of an overview on this thing. But yeah, this thing is wrapping up. What I like here, listen to this. Thanks to advanced praise and Tyen's recent track record on the Batman books and a string of well-received creator-owned horror comics, Nice House on the Lake was a success even before the first issue was released, as comic shops ordered over 100,000 copies of it, a record according to the writer. And so it kind of goes on to talk about some other things about how he has actually walked away from renewing his exclusive contract with DC. He has discontinued working on Batman and Joker series that he was working on, and he is actually going to be doing more creator-owned stuff. And he signed this deal with an organization called Substack. Substack is this organization that has come on the scenes and given James a massive grant for him to come over and start releasing content on their platform. And it's basically a pay site. You pay, you get access to the content from your favorite creators. The creators own everything related to it. And we're probably going to talk more about Substack here in the coming days, possibly on the Comics Today show. And so I don't want to talk a whole lot about it now, but this is something that is like sweeping across Marvel and DC and other publishers, where writers are basically moving over to Substack, and they're going to be releasing content over there. Nick Spencer, the guy that was writing Spider-Man, I believe was one of the people that was instrumental in recruiting a bunch of writers to actually move over to Substack. And so I thought that was a little interesting. He had this idea right as the pandemic hit, and I guess continued to work with Substack, and then started reaching out and recruiting other writers from other publishers to move over. And we are hearing little by little, every few days, there is another writer, another creator that is actually moving over to this platform. And like I said, we are going to talk a little bit more about it as well. So Almighty Liger King says he heard Hickman is leaving X-Men for the digital comic creator Gathering 2. Trini Howard, who I think is a big Jonathan Hickman kind of support person. She was working on X Corp and some other books associated with Jonathan Hickman and the X-Men. She too is going over there. So a lot of people are moving in that direction. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Many political authors go over there. Yeah, a lot of journalists and a lot of political authors go over there because they are not filtered, they are not censored, and they have the ability to speak a little more freely and have a lot more ownership of the things that they're putting out. A lot of authors for books and novels are going over there as well. So there's a big movement. There is a big movement afoot right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this stuff plays out. And as I mentioned, we're probably going to be talking about it a little bit later this week. So I definitely encourage you guys to stay tuned for that. But if you are a fan of Nice House on the Lake, be aware that it is taking a 5-month break after issue 6. And it'll be interesting to see whether the book picks up with issue 7 with as much momentum as it has right now. Because if you take a 5-month break, that could be detrimental. That could be detrimental in the minds of what could be some fickle fans out there. I think there are people that absolutely love it. But then there are some other fickle fans that may go on to the next shiny penny in the next 5 months and forget all about a Nice House on the Lake. All right. So let me go to the chat real quick and make sure that I am all caught up. There you go. There you go. Philtastic says he already signed up. That's what's up. There's a lot of stuff actually going on right now. A lot of news right now. Comic book NFTs coming. I do not think that they're going to be issuing NFTs. I do not think that they are, but I would definitely encourage you, MB, to tune in to the Comics Today show on Wednesday, because we're going to dig into this topic. And I think will probably be in great detail. That's what's up. That's what's up, brother. Before you know it, those $50, man. Those $50 will be calling your name, brother. Let me see. Oh, I hate to hear that nice house is taking that kind of sabbatical that takes the air out of it, and that's going to be the thing. It might take the air out of it for a lot of people, and I've been reading this series, and it's a good read. It really is. There's another one. They Only Love Me in the Dark or something like that. I can't remember who hit me tonight. It might have been Mark. Mark sends me messages and like, hey, I read this. This is cool. By Scotty Young. I think Scotty Young is the first time I've ever read anything that Scotty Young actually wrote. And it was actually pretty good. It was actually pretty good. They Only Love Me in the Dark, I think, is the name of the title. I don't know what's up with these creators coming up with these super long titles. Why can't you just do like Spider-Man or Avengers, like one word, X-Men? These super long titles that I could never remember. All right, so let me see. Oh, you can you put a comic in the friend zone? Can you put a comic in the friend? Shout out to Master Blaster's wife, who just started an Instagram account. I think she won some mystery box prize or something like that. Now she's got an Instagram account. She probably have more followers than me here in a hot minute. But to shout out to Mrs. Blaster. I'm not sure what was her, Madam Blaster. I think it was Madam Blaster. I think that's what it was. All right. So the very last thing that is on my list, and I want to get you all's impression of this. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time looking at the article, but I do want to get you all's impression and your read of what is actually happening here. And I'm specifically going to be looking at the DC people and the Batman fans. I'm specifically going to be looking at you cats, okay? And I say that because there was a little bit of some number crunching and analysis that was actually done, and DC is hanging its hat heavily, betting the ranch on Batman, on Detective Comics, and Dark Knight's Dominion. Batman makes up over half of DC's November titles, and this article basically highlights here that based upon their math at Newsarama, DC's just released November 2021 solicitations, which also included a star or feature. The Dark Knight and his family of supporting characters make up over half of the solicited titles. In fact, of the 91 solicited titles in DC's solicitations for November, 54 of them are Batman comics, Batman spinoffs, or feature Batman in a guest appearance. Fully 59% of the solicited books are associated with the Dark Knight. They actually go on to look at books being released in November and December and realize that 75% of those books released in the back half of this year are associated with Batman. So I want to pause there, and I want to see what folks' thoughts are on that. Let me scroll. Doug's like, yep. When you have a moneymaker, there you go. When you have a moneymaker, you bet it on the man that can make it happen. Batman, too much of a good thing? Question mark. Mark, who worked Free Comic Book Day, says Batman books sat. Not many were taken at his LCS. DC is the house that Batman built. No. I guess all the DC people are like, yeah, let's get down to business. Okay. You talking DC, let's get down to business. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Well said, Joe. So the name, DC Comics names, is actually a former trivia question that we've done, comes from Detective Comics. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. As long as the titles are good, I'm on board. Let me see what other comments. The MC says, I'm down. 2021 says too many titles. Squirrel Madness, that's too many titles. You know, what's crazy is I thought that DC had actually cut back their titles. If you guys remember at one point, and I mean, again, I lose time with the whole pandemic, right? It seemed like not that long ago, DC had actually cut a lot of their titles, and now they're back to like 91 titles in a given month. And if you guys remember, if you guys think back to all the clickbait that was going on prior to the month of June, prior to April, May, prior to the month of June. There was all that clickbait. DC is going out of business in June. They're going out of business. They're slashing all their titles. They're laying off all their writers. They're not doing any contracts. Think about all the clickbait that has happened. all the clickbait that has happened. DC is still here. I don't necessarily know if I agree with what they're doing, right? In terms of they are betting a lot on Batman. That's my interpretation. That's a heavy bet on Batman. And, at various points, Marvel has also bet the house big time on Spider-Man. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. But it's interesting. It is an interesting phenomenon, especially when you see some of the things. Philtastic says they cut back a lot of titles and just filled it in with more. I guess that's the thing, man. Again, if you have a winner, bet on the winner. Speaking of winners, let's talk about my man Nick from Dynamite over here dropping this super chat over here. He says, been a bit, so much going on in the industry, throwing some love to one of the best and most positive YouTubers who promotes comics. Love what you do. Everyone hit he said hit the positive button. I say tickle the button. But hey, the man dropped $100 super chat. We'll go with his. That's the positive button. No, Nick, shout out to you, brother. I definitely appreciate it. And here's the thing. Nick is bringing up a great point. Dynamite sent me a ton of books for the 14,000 subscriber giveaway. I still haven't gotten to it. I am going to get, you know what? Let's do it this way. When this video gets posted, post up something substantive on this video, and I will randomly pick a winner from the comments left on this video next Sunday. For next Sunday, we will identify the winner of the 14,000 subscriber giveaway for the channel. And in that packet of stuff that I'm going to put together, there will be several comics from Dynamite, some really awesome Virgin variant covers featuring Dynamite characters. We're going to put those together with a bunch of other stuff, and we're going to send it out to at least one lucky subscriber. So when this video goes up, put up a comment, something substantive. Don't say Nick, great super chat. None of that stuff. It is a great super chat, but something substantive related to the content. We're going to pick a winner, and we're going to give away those books. And I have the Dynamite books that are sitting across the room. They've been staring at me for weeks. I need to get them out of here because somebody else needs to really enjoy those. And I'm going to bundle them. I don't know what I'm going to send, but I'll promise you this. It will not be a small amount of stuff. I promise you that. So make sure you leave that comment. Nick, thank you, brother, for coming by. Thank you for the super chat. I absolutely appreciate it. It means a lot. It means a lot when people show up to join in the chat, but then also to drop super chats. I am very thankful for that. Wait a minute. You didn't have to dig deep for that one, did you, Doug? No, I definitely appreciate it. What is that? Oh, wait a minute. Does that include titles like Robin? Oh, I think you were having a conversation with somebody. I missed it. Let me see. Ooh, well done. Well done with that. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Let me see what else. Matt Wood says Dynamite has so many great Red Sonja books and covers. Love the art from that title. They definitely have some gorgeous covers, man. There is no doubt about that. No doubt about that one at all. Scrolling through some of the comments here. Let me see. Love the Dynamite stuff. It's almost a throwback to the 90s. Scrolling through. Matt, the new Red. So is that Invincible Red Sonja that you're talking about there? Because I read several of those because of like my conversations with Nick and some of the other folks at Dynamite. I've been reading more Dynamite books, so I'm wondering if it's the Invincible Red Sonja that you're actually talking about there, Doug. Scrolling through some of the other comments here, trying to catch myself up. Into oblivion. I don't know about that one, brother. I don't know about that. I think you put your money on the horse that can win, and that's probably Spider-Man. But hopefully they don't do that. There you go. Scrolling through some of the comments here. A lot of people loving some Dynamite covers right here. That's what's up. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. All right, so let me cover off really quickly. So we did award the winner of the nice stack of books from my friends over at Skybound. There was a winner that I picked earlier. I closed the window, so I cannot remember the name. You have my apologies for that, but we did do that giveaway. I will post it on Instagram as soon as I can find. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I can do it. Give me one sec. I think I can do it. There we go. It is Rob. Here is the winner right here. Let me share my screen one more time. Cover off on this. This is the winner of the giveaway. There was a massive stack of books that I got from the folks over at Skybound. We're going to give these books away to my man Rob right there. As soon as he reaches out to me, I'll bundle those up. I'll send those out. I'll also be mailing out a bunch of Patreon bundles on Monday as well. I ran out of the legal flat rate shipper, so I'm going to go to the post office, get those. I'll mail all that stuff out on Monday. And then let me give you guys a quick rundown of some of the content that's going to be coming out from the channel this week. I'm doing a video in which I offer 10 tips for people that are out there trying to create content on YouTube, specifically for collectibles, but it may have some applicability to other genres and specialties. You guys will be the judge of that. That'll be one video that is coming out. I'm also going to do a top 10 most submitted books into CGC video that will be coming out this week. I'm going to do 5 tips. This is clearly a tips a week. 5 tips to avoid a jacked up submission. So if you are planning to send books into CGC, I'm going to offer you 5 practical tips for how not to mess it up. So check out those videos that are going to be coming out. And then, like I mentioned, we're going to do Comics Today on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'll have a guest on or two that will help me to make sense of something that is happening in the world of comics. We're releasing a blog post and also a podcast this week as well. So a lot of really good content that is going to be coming out from the channel. I definitely want to encourage you guys to check it out. And before we get out of here, I want to do one quick thing. Let me see if I can get this right.
Hi, I'm Carla Nappi, creator of the comic book series Duplicate, and you're watching Regie Collects on YouTube.
Carla hooked me up with the first 4 issues of Duplicate. It is a really awesome read. And I don't even think issues 3 and 4 are out yet. She hooked me up with digital copies. I read it. It is really awesome. Shout out to Scott for capturing that footage for me. Shout out to Carla Nappi for giving me the preview of her awesome comic. If you guys haven't read it, I encourage you to check it out. I'm actually going to be supporting her 4th Kickstarter. She's going to be doing a Kickstarter here on issue number 4 to be able to release that. I am going to support it. That's how much I enjoyed it, and that's how much I want to support these indie creators. So shout out to her for putting out some great content. I think she's a working mom. She's in comics, and she did a promo. So, you can't be mad at that. All right. With that said, I'm going to wrap this up. If you guys need to reach out to me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.